Hello, this is Les Thatcher, and this segment's called Hanging Out With. Today it's the Island Boys. On this side of me, Kimo, and on this side, OG Ekmo. They're probably the two biggest guys in the HWA, but probably their backgrounds go further back in professional wrestling, also than anyone else in the HWA. This young gentleman, the smaller of these two guys, the little one, at 360 pounds, OG Ekmo is the younger brother of Rikishi Fatu. And this one at 425 and a little change. Kimo is the son of Sika, of Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans. And besides eating, big man, what's one of your favorite pastimes?
Eating. That's how I get my workout, Les. You need to join the Island Boys often, man. Me and Kimo, we rip buffets up 24 hours, you know. But, hey, that's what the Island Boys do best. But when we get in the ring, it's a different story. You see what I mean?
I see what you mean. Well, ripping buffets up is one thing, but you've been ripping a lot of independent wrestling up over the last couple of years as the Island Boys as well, haven't you?
Yeah, actually, we've been doing pretty good at it. Since '95, we've been staying pretty active in the independent circuit, wrestling a lot overseas, pretty much taking care of business all over the world. Puerto Rico, Japan, all through the Northeast, Southeast independent circuit, Germany, and doing pretty good at it.
Well, let me ask you this. I know your dad starting this, but exactly at what age did Dad start teaching the ropes of professional wrestling?
Actually, I got my first slam when I was 5 years old after I brought 4 Fs home on my report card. And then it kind of got a single-day training session every 6 weeks after that. But it didn't really get stuck into my brain until about '95. Me and Ekmo started getting trained by Rikishi, my dad. Yokozuna had a big hand in training us, and we also went up to the Wild Samoan Training Center up in Pennsylvania a few times and trained with our uncle up there.
All right, and of course your brother has already made a big footprint in the WWF, Rikishi, and of course big shoes to fill.
Big shoes. But I believe the Island Boys can fill it, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. This guy doesn't talk a lot, but he sure has a lot. You're all action? Good. Well, you know, the one thing I do want to talk about, something going on in the HWA, the invasion, the alliance, WCW. Shane O'Mac has sent several of the WCW guys down here to cut it off at grassroots. How do you feel about it?
Well, tell you the truth, our grassroots was raised up in the WWF. We were running around those locker rooms since I was 5 years old and Ekmo was 4. So there was, at first, a lot to talk about with me, Ekmo, and Steve Bradley, but as far as we're concerned, we were WWF, HWA the whole way through. We've been around WWF our whole lives, and the Samoans have always been loyal to WWF. So deep in our mind, there was really no decision to be made. HWA all the way, especially with WWF backing it.
So no matter the
to school in the dressing room if we had to, right? All we needed was some teachers back there, you know. So, what do you think?
I think that we're happy to have you with the HWA, and certainly two big factors that backs up the invasion on the HWA side. And there you have it, OG Ekmo and Kimo, the Island Boys. And that's it for Hanging Out with the Island Boys today on HWA. We'll be back right after this with more action-packed wrestling.